Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Wet Shaving with Angelo. I'm Angelo, and today's going to be a good day and a good shave. And one of my subscribers, Yilo Cartol, asked if I would do a shave with a couple days worth of stubble. Well, look right here. This is what I look like with 2 days worth of stubble. I skipped shaving yesterday because we had some construction going on at the house, and the workers said they were going to get here super early, so I didn't know what time that meant exactly. So I thought skip the shave and just get showered. That was yesterday. So today I'm going to be shaving, as you can see, with 2 days worth of stubble. Now the items, and today is going to be basically a full-on Italian shave, which means all the products, with the exception of the blade, and I'll get that in a minute. All products I'm using are made in Italy. For soap of choice, Yilo Cartol also recommended this to me. Razzo Zero Spiffero. This is made by Shun Feng Sing, an Italian soap company that got started in 1945. And the scent of Spiffero right here of Razzo Zero, it's definitely a basic menthol eucalyptus scent, which is a nice refreshing scent to cool you off or just start the day off right. And for the price, you can't beat it. Right, Razzo Zero or Razzo Zero, however you pronounce it, runs for $5. $5 for a 4.2 ounce tub of shave soap on Italian Barber. And ItalianBarber.com has several different scent lines of the Razzo Zero. They have the Barbacco, the Spiffero, and then there's a third one I'm not sure of. But that's more of a lemony scent. So that's the soap I'll be using. Aftershave of choice, Razor Rock's Blue Barbershop Aftershaving Splash. This is Razor Rock's take on Floyd Blue. And I've never used Floyd Blue myself because I never had it. But this smells wonderful. It's a nice, refreshing Italian barbershop scent. Razor of choice, the Goodfellas Smile Gladio Closed Comb Razor. I got this off of West Coast Shaving a little while back. And it's got some nice heft to it. If I remember reading correctly, the handle is made out of aluminum and the head is like a zinc alloy mix. But this is a really nice razor. It shaves very well. And it should shave extremely well with the blade of choice. Now the blade is the only thing not anymore made in Italy. Bolzano blades. Bolzano used to be made in Italy, but nowadays they're made in Germany. But as Douglas Smythe once said in an episode of I'd Like to Be Shaving regarding blades, he says Bolzanos are almost as sharp as feather blades, but they're more forgiving. And now on to the piece de resistance. I just got this brush in the mail from FedEx yesterday from Alessandro Pistoia of PantaRei brushes. Look at this beauty. A ceramic handle. Let me get this right. PantaRei shave brush that was made completely in Italy. The knot is a boar knot, and this will be my first time using this brush. And there's a lot of backbone to this boar knot, but I can't wait to give this, and I'm sure there's going to be a bit of scratchiness, which is actually good with 2 days of stubble. That would be really good to have on a brush. But I can't wait to use this for not just today's shave, but many shaves in the future. So I was talking to him on Etsy because he also has an Etsy page, but I'll put a link in my description to his own website where you can buy one of his brushes. But on his Etsy page, he showed me some models of brushes he had that were pre-made, and I picked this one up because I just love the Italian barber pole design. So that's everything I'm going to be using. Let's wet the face and get lathering for the first pass with the green. Always with the green for the first pass. And I want to thank Alessandro Pistoia. Did I say that right? Yeah, Pistoia, for being so helpful and being very prompt in shipping the item. Like once I placed my order with him, because it was a pre-made item, it came to my home. It came to my house within less than a week's time. Like less than a week passed, like 5 or 6 days passed before it showed up to my door. But if you special order something from his website, be prepared to wait at least 40 days for him to finish making it, because his brush making business, it's not his only line of employment. He also has a regular job, and he does say in his website, you should expect at least 40 days for your brush or bowl or whatever to be made completely. Then he'll ship it to your home. It was really a pleasure working with him, and I can't wait. And I can't wait to see how this brush lathers. He did say, do not submerge this brush underwater. Like I know some people like to soak their brushes or submerge their brushes in water. He said, do not do that with this brush. Just run it under the tap, he says. So that's just what I'm going to do. I'm running the brush under the tap. And there's no animal smell. And usually with animal bristle brushes, my biggest complaint is that there's like an animal smell to them, like a wet animal smell. But I'm not detecting that on this boar brush, which is good. You know, so it's obviously quality bristles he's using, or quality treatment of the bristles. But once I got the brush wet, it softened up a little bit, but it's got a lot of backbone to it. So if you're a shaver that likes to have a lot of backbone to your brushes, I would definitely recommend the PantaRei boar knots. If I'm not mistaken, I think he he ties his own knots. If I'm not mistaken. But this soap is just this Razzo Zero Spifero. It's a nice, pleasant menthol eucalyptus scent, much like Parasso Green shave soap, only this costs half the price. Where Parasso Green would run you $10 a tub on average, this will run you $5 a tub. And there's my cat, Uncle Fester, saying hello. Oh, is that so, Uncle Fester? Is that so? Is that so? I know. You want to be in the show. You have a lot to say, don't you, son? My cat always has a lot to say. And I should note that the PantaRei shave brushes are, my handle at least, is made out of ceramic, and that's most of what Alessandro makes his brushes out of, is hand spun ceramic or handmade ceramic brushes. But PantaRei also offers shave brushes I've seen made out of wood. And I'm talking like specialty woods that possibly you can only find in Europe or whatnot. Or wood and ceramic mixes. I gotta tell you, this Bull's Iron blade is really mowing through 2 days worth of stubble with ease. Like it's no one's business. That's a. And when I first bought the Bolzano blades, I didn't know what to think of them. But as my technique and prep got better over time, I really love the Bolzano blades. And I've learned if you put them in a mild to medium aggression razor, I think the Gladio razor by the Goodfellas Smile is more of a middle road aggression razor, or middle of the road aggression razor. So it's not too aggressive. It won't be so aggressive that you can't use a super sharp blade. And Bolzanos are extremely sharp. That's the first pass. Knocked a lot of stubble down with the first pass. A lot of stubble got knocked down. Time for the second pass across the green. Got my hands nice and wet. My face nice and wet. Drying off the hands. Because the PantaRei handles can be slippery, I've heard. So I'm just going to dry off the handle and get to building my lather for the second pass across the green. Let's add a little more moisture to the brush. Can't hurt anything. There we go. That's the ladder we're looking for. And however Alessandro treats these brush knots, or however brush knots are treated, I'm not detecting any wet animal smell, which was my initial impression of animal brushes, like boar, like not just boar, but even badger brushes. When I got started wet shaving and I started using badger brushes, I noticed in my earliest badger brushes they had a wet animal smell at first, but this has no odor whatsoever. So extra points for PantaRei for treating their brushes knots well, to make sure they don't have that odor. So I know a lot of people are put off, myself were put off by animal bristle knots because of the animal smell when you get them wet. But I am not detecting any odor, none whatsoever. Just the scent of the soap, and that's great. Excellent little brush. Excellent, beautifully made brush, I should say. And you don't need to use a lot of pressure to build a good lather. When you're building it on the soap, just use the tips of the brush. Just the tips of the brush or the tips of the bristles is all you need. Touching the soap and your face to get a good lather going on. I should say this is my first ever boar brush I've ever lathered and shaved with. And I can see why there's so many devotees of boar bristles. It's not just because they're more affordable, which they are, but also because, for one, Italian barbers prefer a boar brush over any other brush to use to shave themselves or their customers. I'll be certain that if you'd ask 10 barbers from Italy what type of brush they prefer to lather their customers with or themselves, I'm pretty certain most of them would say boar. Because a lot of Italian barbers do prefer a good boar bristle brush, because as you use it, the bristles split and get softer over time, making it way more comfortable to use. But the PantaRei brush is very comfortable. And this razor is very comfortable as well. This Gladio razor by the Goodfellas Smile. It's currently on West Coast Shaving. It's sold out, but you can sign up for email notifications for when the Gladio razor goes back in stock on West Coast Shaving. This razor, if I'm not mistaken, costs on West Coast Shaving $27.30. Not a bad price for a good razor. And when I bought the 100 pack of Bolzano blades, which was about 2 or 3 years ago, about two and a half years ago, I think. When I bought the Bolzano blades, on Amazon they were 100 pack for $20. So that was a good, and I thought that was a good bargain. Still to this day, I think it's a good bargain for Bolzanos. That was the second pass across the grain. Going to re-wet the face, re-lather for the third and final pass against the grain to get that baby butt smooth shave. And I'm almost there. As I'm feeling my face after the shave, there's very little stubble left. Just a tiny bit left over that I'm going to knock down with the third pass. So if you're ever on West Coast Shaving's website and you see the Gladio razor by Goodfellas Smile up for purchase, grab it. I've never tried the open conversion, but the closed comb is aggressive enough on its own that it will knock down a couple of days worth of stubble, especially with a sharp blade like Bolzano. Just gotta get the bristles a little wet. But I'm enjoying this Italian shave since I'm an Italian American descendant myself. On my father's side runs the Italian bloodlines. And I don't know if I've ever mentioned this. I possibly have mentioned this. My great-grandfather on my father's side was a barber by trade. We still have one of his old barber chairs that he used to shave work with his customers on. Again, the barber chair in question, according to family lore, my great-grandfather on my dad's side bought it in the 1920s used. I believe it's a Koken brand, or Koken. It's beat up to no end. It's like it's seen better days, but it's a family heirloom. And I also have an oil stone that my great-grandfather used to shave his customers with. That the oil stone looked like it was purchased in September 26th of 1910. As well as a Gillette Super Speed razor he owned in his own personal collection. 40s era Super Speed. Nice lather, nice lather. Just an enjoyable Italian shave today. And this month is Italian American Heritage, or Italian Heritage Month. And that's the reason why I'm doing this Italian shave. Because this month is Italian Heritage Month. Or at least Italian American Heritage Month. Just an all-around good shave. I do see a few nicks here and there. That could have been from me yapping and not paying attention. Or whatever. But Bolzanos are very sharp blades. As Douglas Mice says, they're like feathers, but a little more forgiving than the feathers. And Bolzanos used to be made in Italy, but now they're made in Germany. Okay, that finishes the shaving part. We're gonna now use the styptic. I'm gonna use my styptic pencil to stop some of this bleeding, which could have been for me. Just keep constantly yapping while shaving. Could have been my technique or so. Could have been whatever, but not a bad shave. Actually, a really good shave. Especially since I was knocking down literally 2 days worth of stubble to get a baby butt smooth shave. I gotta say, I'm baby butt smooth right now. And if you saw the beginning of the video, I was rough. I had like enough for some people. The stubble I had for 2 days would be the amount of stubble they'd have for 5 days. So yeah, my facial hair grows crazy fast. Oh. That's a good way to start days with a great shave. And aftershave of choice, Razor Rock Barbershop Blue Aftershave Splash, which is their take on Floyd Blue, which is no more. Yeah. Again, another Italian brand of products. Very nice scent, very pleasant, maybe a little powdery, but a pleasant Italian barbershop style scent. Well, that ends today's shave, everybody. I wish you all have a good day and a good shave. Goodbye, everybody.